Hey, what's up? It's me, Cleopatra Wallace, and today I'm going to do a quick video on the celebrity personality known as Jaguar Wright, since seems to be pretty popular in these YouTube streets. And not only that, but she reminds me so much closely of someone that I'm very closely related to. And what people don't realize is those are some very, interesting types of people to be around. Personally, I'm not going to throw around, allegations or anything like that, but my daughter's a psychology major, and we have discussed this subject years before this, and that borderline personality disorder, those people are definitely hard to get along with as far as, making peace with them. But I'm not saying this is what anyone has or is afflicted with, but I'm closely related to somebody that does have that, and she reminds me of them. But that's neither here nor there. So that's what piqued my interest in this whole thing. But then I watched all the interviews, and I got a little nosy. And we all know how nosy tarot card readers are, notoriously digging in other people's business constantly. So this is no exception. We're going to use the Spider Tarot deck, the Omega Land, the Movie Tarot, and the Hermetic deck. And for some reason, I keep wanting to pull from the Shadow deck for this. So I might pull a card out of the Shadow deck as well. So first, you want to just get a good baseline reading on her. And she is a Taurus. And she's been recently married to a guy named Gerald Johnson. They've been married for 3 years. Alright, so I'm going to pull just 4 cards on Jaguar Wright, who is a Taurus. What is the energy surrounding her at this time and in the recent past? What is the energy surrounding her at this time and in the recent past? Oh. So we have 1. What is the energy surrounding her right now in the recent past? What is the energy surrounding Jaguar right now and the recent past? Oh, so we're going to take the ones that fell inside of the square. So now we have 3 to start with. Alright. So the first card that came out was the Rash Boy, which is when you're dealing with a younger male, or it could be a child or a relative or a person you're in a relationship with. But this Rash Boy is, kind of gives up easy. One of those people who kind of, throw their hands and be like, fuck it, I'm a, move around or do whatever they got to do and escape from deceit. Which means she has gotten out of a lot of situations. Whether she exaggerated them or not is, we going to try to find out because we nosy. But either way it goes, she has definitely prevailed out of a lot of situations. And lastly, we have the Contentment card. You see the woman's bowl is full. And this is telling me that she has a lot of gifts, a lot of talents, and I would like to say assets that she finds valuable to her. Other people might not find valuable. So she's actually content. She's happy in what she's doing. And she has managed to wiggle out of quite a few situations. So we're going to use the Omega Land to get into some of the questions about the music. Let me ask the question, y'all. Dang. Alright, when it comes to Jaguar Wright's music career, will we see more from her? Will she ever top her hit What If? Is she through in music, or will she not allegedly, but ultimately become a superstar as famous as the people who she talks about? Is she through in music, or will we see more from her? Will she ever have a hit single again? One flipped over. There it is. Alright. So the Four of Swords, which is a person who is resting. Okay, see, the blanket is covering her up and her eyes are closed, but she still has the gun in her hand. And this is telling me that yes, we will see some more hits from her, and she ultimately is just resting right now, or I suppose she may be clearing the energy field, whether it's hers or others. So yes, we will see more. She's resting musically. Alright, that's pretty good. So next we would like to ask, is she through with the exposing of people, or will we see more of that in the future? Are we through with the exposing, or will we see more in the future? Alright, let's see. The Eight of Cups. Which means, even though we have heard a lot of stories and rumors, we have not heard it all. See those cups with the, that's my mind at. These cups right here that still have the caps on them. Those are stories that are yet untold. Now, in the Eight of Cups is traditionally the walking away card. So, I feel like even though she's trying to move away from that whole expose, telling on people's business thing, there is still more to be told. Because you got to remember, she's like resting right now. And who knows, it could be because the spotlight's on her all of a sudden. So that's a question we're going to ask the Hermetic Tarot. Alright. Are all of the allegations of sexual assault true and factual, or is it exaggerated? Are these many sexual assaults? Uh-oh. Right, we got quite a few. I'm going to have to take them too. Alright, so we have the King of Cups, who is like a fatherly figure, I would say, or an older male. So actually, I do see a sexual assault with an older male. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is, the three different situations. Which Wands is like a phallic symbol in tarot. So this would be, I guess you can call it gang assault with more than one person. And strangely enough, we have a Queen of Wands that would insinuate there was also a woman at one point who assaulted her in a sexual manner. And lastly, we have a Knight of Pentacles, who's a very slow moving knight, but this is earth energy, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But this would be like a teenage kind of a male. So wow. Yes, the sexual assault allegations are indeed true. And it's so interesting that a woman is actually showed up in there. Alright, so let's get finished with this now. When it comes to, we're going to ask the movie tarot about her relationship with the Sun, who seems to be a very intelligent, bright boy from which I can see. And I suppose he's staying with his older family members right now, and that's probably for the best. So let's mix them up just a little bit, because I would like to know what is ultimately the relationship with this last remaining Sun. What ultimately will be the relationship with him? going forward in this energy that they are in now? Will she ever be able to have a happy home with him and, you know, have that nucleus family that we all see? What is the future of the relationship between the mother and the son at this time? There they go. Alright. So we have the Hermit in the world. And, you know, the Hermit stays in and he is very smart. You know, it's in there. This was the, out of Africa. I think this is Meryl Streep. Don't quote me on that, but I think this might be Meryl Streep in Out of Africa. But, you know, and this is his energy, very solemn, very smart, intellectual, and also very reserved. You know, very laid back, like, you know, this whole thing will blow over. And then this would be Mom Jaguar here. And she is wanting, that's why the world card show up. She's actually wanting to pull him into her world very badly. And I'm thinking by the two of these being together, because this is the fifth element card. I think her name is Uma Thurman. Well, see the elements? They all had to be put together for it to work just right. So by these two cards coming together, I would like to say they do ultimately, because, you know, that was the question, will they ultimately be able to have a relationship? I see that they will ultimately be able to have a semblance or some type of a family. Alright. Now, I have one more question. When it comes to all of the I'm going to use, you know, I'm going to use my Alice in Wonderland deck for this question here. Because I seen in one interview she had a lot of products that she was selling. And some of them looked quite interesting. So what I'd like to know is, when it comes to the body products and herbals and things that she are selling, and she said she lives off of gifts from others and donations, and she doesn't really live in her car, but, you know, they're just always moving around. So what is the energy behind this living off of gifts and always being in the car? And also the products, the self-employment. What is the nature of this financial arrangement that she has going on right now? But they want me to shuffle them like this. Alright. What is the energy around this financial arrangement or relationship that she has going on with her husband, and also with these products in the car? Are they real products? Is this a legit business? Oop. No. Alright, I got them. Alright, so when it comes to the business and the money, we have the Nine of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. And these two together, you know, I can't be mad at you. Because the Five of Pentacles is poverty, you know, to where there is not no whole bunch of money. There is no family trust. But she is somehow all of this attention and publicity, and, you know, maybe having her hubby right there by her side riding this wave. She is emotionally fulfilled. So the money kind of matter, but it doesn't really matter. So I would suppose that the products in the business may just be like, you know, a nice ideal is something nice to say, but the actual products, I don't see them actually selling or flying off the shelves or anything like that. And just because I am so tempted to pull a shadow card on this, I am going to. So, and if you know, the shadow cards do the subconscious things. What, I'm hold them this way, what is Jaguar Wright doing that she herself is not even aware that she's doing? What is she doing to her herself are not even aware that she is doing. But this one wants to pop up, but I want one to fall. What is she subconsciously doing that she herself is not even aware that she's doing? There it is. So first we had the self-preservation. Now that's a very interesting card, I must say, because you know, when you preserving yourself, you'll do anything. You see this whole rack of hats and coats? It's kind of like if you tell somebody, oh, you know, Roger or Robert, you know, he doesn't like me, and if I go over there and I don't come back, you know, it was Roger or Robert. Then you get over there, you tell Roger or Robert that, you know, everybody knows that I'm here. Everybody knows what's going on. So in a way, all of this publicity and, you know, things like that is actually somehow kind of saving her ass. Because by putting a lot of it out there, people know kind of that it's something underlying going on. And also being insightful. So I don't know if this is making bells in other people's heads go off, a lot of the things that she's saying, or just waking people up to like maybe how the industry really is. So even though she's not aware, she's being insightful, and she's also preserving her own ass. Lord, let's end this. Good grief. Again, this has been me, Cleopatra Wallace, and I'm so nosy. You should definitely like or subscribe to my channel and come back, because who knows what's going to happen next.